How's it going, everybody? I'm at the NMEA, the National Marine Electronic Association Expo, here in Anaheim, California, 8 minutes from my home. What the heck am I doing here? Well, I got invited by ICOM. So let's take a look. So first off, this is a pretty high dollar show, meaning all the gear you're going to look at, including radios, can be kind of expensive, but look at this. This is what I really wanted to lead off with. Imagine going to a show with free food and hors d'oeuvres. Can you imagine it? But let's kick it off with FLIR. All right, repeat what you just told me. What's your name again? Sorry.
Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew, just tell me what you just said.
Yeah, so the M400 XR has a ice alert mode. So
Ice alert.
Ice alert. So companies that are operating like in the Arctic where they don't want to bump into icebergs and things like that.
And so to demonstrate,
Pointing at the beer.
pointed at the beer. Very smart. That's super cool. That blue indicator then, right?
And I could, turn it up or turn it down so you see more stuff will come into view there. That's, I think, you're leading in front of the camera, yeah. So more stuff will turn bright blue the more we turn that threshold up. If we turn it really, really far down, we could probably see exactly which bottle of beer is coldest.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the coldest thing in the scene? Well, it's that ice cube right there. We're simulating our little boat out cruising along here, right?
Right.
And we can bring up these targets in augmented reality. So these are
blocking the camera.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's made up, right? We're simulating targets, but there's a simulated target that the boat's pointing at, and that's an AIS target. So I could say, hey, look at this. What's this target here? This AIS target, and I say I want to go track that with the camera. The camera will go pan, and then you'll see what that target is show up on augmented reality. And it says, oh, look, hey, so cool. So if it was pitch black middle of the night, you'd see the boat here in thermal, and then it would say exactly how far away you were from that boat, and you could go and query that target and say, hey,
cool. And so this is literally the command console, basically, that you have somewhere.
This is a multifunction display that you can have your chart and your radar, and then these are AIS targets. So we could do the same thing like with radar. If we saw normally radar is just a blob, right? Like what's that blob there? I don't know what that blob is. I could say go point the camera to it. The camera will go over and point it out.
That's super cool. And this is the Teledyne FLIR booth. And you're right next door to Raymarine, which is also owned, as we mentioned, by Teledyne.
That's right. Yeah.
These all kind of work together then.
Yeah, exactly. And all the other manufacturers, Garmin does the same kind of thing. Funo does the same kind of thing in their own.
There's a market for it. They got to.
Right. Of course. Yeah. So all the guys that are doing multifunction displays generally do some level of integration with the FLIR camera.
That's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We were talking earlier about MFDs.
Yeah.
You got your standalone marine radars.
Multi-function display.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is kind of what we're talking about right here, where your instruments and everything are on the screens.
Okay.
And these are some of the smaller ones.
So this is just a radar system.
This is just a radar system, yes.
And you would have a control panel like this with just all your sensors and equipment.
Not only do you see your navigation and different things, but also your engine cluster.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Excellent.
This is really what you're...
Yes, that was exactly what they were showing me.
So you can...
That's so cool.
That's all your lights. Everything is controlled right there.
So you literally got sensor packs for whatever motor you're running, if you want to. You got FLIR up there and your radar, and you can technically bring them all integrated.
Yes.
This is what we need. You can also do a ham radio yet. Where's this? Why can't we do all the radios? What's going on with that?
Remember, I was telling you about the center consoles?
Yeah.
Where you're looking at, they start out around $2 million.
Right. This is not cheap.
We're talking about the K3LR type scenario.
This is What's up, Tim? Why don't you have this going yet?
But yeah, some of these motors have remote controls. The remote control will have your GPS location.
Right.
It will bring the boat to you.
Oh, jeez. It's like the Tesla of ships.
Yeah.
I didn't see this yet. Look at that. That is awesome. What's that?
B45C.
Okay, explain what's going on here for me.
So basically, this one of our compact dish sets, 45 centimeter dish, KU, a reportable one cable solution.
Okay.
Works with ITA sub flaps.
This would have a housing.
Yeah.
We're not looking at the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's protected from the weather. You have a little dome that sits on top and protects it from the wind and the rain, and that allows it to, basically it's providing internet at sea. So it allows a boat to have internet connection basically wherever it will go, and it allows even a little compact antenna like this. It has speeds of 6 megabits per second down to the boat and 2 megabits per second up. Basically wherever it is.
Mainly geo service?
This one is operating on a geostationary satellite, and that means that this is transmitting a signal to a satellite over the equator that's basically 35,000 kilometers away.
Right. I can tell by the pointing that it's doing that it's geo too.
Yeah. Basically,
turn.
what it will do is when it's locked on, it will do that little sort of conical scan to make sure that it's got the peak of the signal.
Yep.
And then as the boat turns, the boat rolls or pitches, this will stay completely stationary in space.
Gyros are built on this, or use a different gyro system?
It's basically using the strength of the signal. That's why it's doing this up and down scan.
Okay.
And then that information tells it which way to drive the motor to keep this stationary in relationship to the satellite, and have the motors compensate for the motion of the boat.
That's cool.
Or in case you have a gyro, you can connect to the ACU and pull that information, but it's not mandatory.
Just like ephemeris data?
Yeah, but it's not mandatory to have gyro to be able to work with this kind of thing.
That's cool. I love it. And this is Intellian, right?
Intellian, yeah.
Make sure people know. Okay, very cool.
There's an M605.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's just them.
This is
Not only does it have one, but there's a second one on the other side there. It communicates over the NMEA 2000 line. So all your sensors, this will feed into MFD.
Yeah, so any kind of sensors, shaft or your tanks or whatever, will be fed through the boat. It's almost like networking for your boat.
But that's where the NMEA comes from. They are an organization that has built a standardized communication protocol.
Okay.
It was NMEA 0183, which was the older. Now it's NMEA 2000.
Okay.
Which just uses.
So it's a standard.
Yeah, it's a standard for the communication.
Okay.
So
awesome.
It doesn't matter whose device. If we say that we're NMEA 2000 certified, we can all talk to each other, and then they have instruction codes that they're coming out with to get them all to communicate together.
That's cool. And it feeds all the gauges or your devices. Oh, so it's actually a web-enabled thing. So if you're looking at, yeah, exactly. So this is a website, right? So all these different, oh, there we go, cool.
No, it's not a website. This is,
I'm saying it is.
in a website.
It's a web-based GUI.
Right.
So all these sensors are literally just connected to this guy.
Yeah.
So they're running some kind of web service locally, probably on this, right? That's super cool, smart.
Yeah.
Love
it.
it.
Then you can see here the wired NMEA
Right.
2000.
It's got to be all, resistant to weather and salt water and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
There's me and shot by the cameras.
And I'll let these guys tell you about their product.
So yeah, what do you guys hit me with
The spiel.
Yeah, give me a minute spiel on what you guys are up to.
Okay, so Iris been around since 2003. We specialise in marine camera systems. We're not interested in taking on domestic cameras like a lot of other people. Everything we do is designed specifically for the marine industry. We manufacture using rugged materials like 3-on-6 stainless steel. And we basically do everything from engine room cameras, through-hole cameras, all the way up to high-end thermal imaging.
Camera on a ship.
That's Iris, yep.
Right on.
As well as the cameras, we do the ancillary products. So you can see on the chart plotters here, we manufacture a product called CMAC. CMAC stands for Camera Management and Control. And that's essentially a black box system into which you connect all your onboard cameras. That will then sit on the network of your chart plotter. In this case, we have the amazing Garmin 8600 range. And the great thing about CMAC is it allows you to upload the deck plans for your boat, and then you can scroll through your desired deck plan, and then you can select the cameras at the touch of a button. If, of course, they're configured.
Right, yeah.
So that's number one with this camera.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, so upload your deck plans. You can also upload photographs. So what's quite handy is in an engine room, for example, take a photograph.
And then you can
drag and drop the cameras.
Yeah.
If we go into setup mode here, we'll add a camera into setup. Choose the deck plan you want. Let's go back to that engine room. Add a camera. I'll add camera 1 just for the simplicity. Icons appeared here, so you can just drag that to the position of the camera.
Yeah.
When it's in place, let go.
And then you just attach that to whatever feed you've got coming in. Yeah. Right on.
So full control of all the cameras through here. It's also got a built-in video recorder. So through the system, if I select the right button, there we go. You've got all access to the video controls. So it's continually recording. Anything happens, you can literally just choose the time and date, choose the event marker that you want to go back and play, and you can see it.
So it just continually records and just drops files every once in a while.
That's correct, yeah.
You just keep running new files.
Yeah. So that's a CMAC system, and this is available for the Garmin range of chart plotters. We're just bringing out this new version of it here for the Garmin TD50.
Oh, cool, little guy, yeah.
With the little guy here, this is good for larger vessels where your chart plotter is set back, so you can't touch with easily.
Okay.
Or indeed, if you don't have a Garmin, if you have a Simrad system or a Fruno system, then you can use this as a kind of remote touchscreen control.
Cool. So what's your name?
My name is Carl Hitchcock.
Carl. I'll give you
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And it's Iris.
Iris, that's it.
Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, the last thing I was going to say is we've just opened up an office in Fort Lauderdale. So we have, although we're from the UK,
oh, okay,
we've got an office in Lauderdale that holds stock. And
where is it about?
In Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, Fort Lauderdale. Got it. Okay, got it.
So we've got a technical support base there as well. So if you get any problems, then our guys in Lauderdale will sort you out.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you for showing me around.
No problem.
I love it. So I'm here with Brian from Ghost.
Ghost, yes.
And is that an acronym?
Yeah, it stands for Global Ocean Security Technologies.
And what would you say you do? What's the whole premise?
We're a Fort Lauderdale-based maritime security monitoring and video surveillance company. So we specialize in global satellite tracking, video surveillance, and security and monitoring systems on yachts.
Okay, and this is kind of an example you have right here?
Yeah, exactly. This is our video recorder in concert with some thermal cameras, some regular cameras. We also do wireless security systems on the other side that, you can put sensors all over your boat, things like door contact sensors, beam sensors, because marine electronics are very expensive, and most people aren't on their boat all the time, unfortunately. So, weekend warriors and things like that, and when you're not there, you want to, make sure you know what's going on, and get that alert if someone, breaks in and tries to steal the beer off the fridge, or steal your electronics,
right,
or whatever,
I'm just amazed at what looks like all very expensive things here, and I know the boats are already very expensive, so you're kind of like, you have to have this, right? Otherwise, just like you said, you're not there all the time unless you're living on your boat. I imagine most people are not.
No.
So what's the, you may have numbers on this, what is like the theft rate like on boats these days?
It's not huge, but in certain areas of the country it is significant.
Sure.
There's areas where if you leave your boat on, with no protection, someone can steal your stuff pretty quickly, and they'll steal they'll go to like some of these high and dry storage facilities where a lot of boats are stored, and they'll steal all the electronics on all these different boats on a rack, and then the next morning they realize they had 25 boats that all got hit.
Wow.
Things like that. You talk about
crazy.
supply chain issues, like some of these are tournament boats. If you're running a tournament boat trying to go out, catch big fish for a tournament, and all of a sudden you can't use your electronics is a big issue.
Yeah. Anything else you want to mention? Where to find you guys? You got a website?
Yeah, we can be found at ghost.com.
Ghost.com.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate you telling me about what you're doing.
Absolutely.
All right.
Unless you want to be on camera.
I'm here with Jeff from Wave Wi-Fi. Jeff, give us the 5-minute speech. What are you guys all about?
Sure. So we help transient vessels, whether it be RVs or boats, stay connected to the internet.
Okay.
How do we do that? We do it a few different ways. We have very sensitive Wi-Fi receivers.
as well as cell sources. There's a SIM slot on this, and it wirelessly broadcasts on the boat or the RV. So we help you see a few different ways, your internet options as you move around.
Oh, cool.
Yep. So depending on where you're located, you can see what's broadcasting in the area. You see the encryption type, the signal strength, the channel, all of that. You can go ahead and attempt to connect. This product right now is our Freedom LTEA, and basically I have a Google Fi SIM in it, and it is connected through T-Mobile to the internet.
Nice. So if you're like, let's say you're out, you got an RV or something along those lines, you could use something like this, well, something along one of these types of products to get wireless internet via a cell phone provider, or how does that all work?
Yeah, so it's data only SIM cards.
Okay.
We're agnostic, so pretty much we work well with any particular carrier in any particular geography. Cool. We don't limit you to a particular geography nor to a particular carrier, obviously, and it can handle multiple internet sources. So again, we're helping you on the connecting to land-based hotspots, such as the campground, such as a SIM card that you have installed, as an example, and any satellite system can plug into us as well, such as Starlink as an example, KVH, Intellian, and so on.
Okay, so this could hypothetically work with Starlink.
Absolutely. So depending on how remote you get, and what the need might be. So we're bringing in the internet. For this diagram, we're helping to bring in the internet, whether it be for land-based Wi-Fi, cellular, or satellite, and we are rebroadcasting it through the vehicle. And once we're rebroadcasting it, you can get to different things that are on board, whether you want to hook up cameras to it, IoT devices, your cell phone, your TV, or whatever you want. A lot of folks are using it for like a Roku.
Oh, okay.
So it's an internet situation.
With that example there, your block diagram, if you have to change providers, if you will, does it just auto fail over to whichever is active kind of thing? Or you could set it up that way?
You can absolutely set it up. If you look at our user interface, you can completely configure this thing to satisfy whatever failover you would like it to go to. You can even data cap those sources. So like satellite, that might have a particular plan. Once you hit that data threshold, it could shut off and revert to whatever you select next.
Oh, I like it.
The beauty of it is like the boat approaching a marina, if you have favorite hotspots, it would attempt to reconnect to them if they're the priority. Once they depart the marina and lose a connection, it would then revert to the cell source, as an example.
Right. Or if you're an RVer, your favorite McDonald's Wi-Fi. Right there. Switches over.
Starbucks or what have you.
Yeah, exactly. Jeff, thanks so much for talking to us. Where would people find you? What's your website and anything else you want to know?
wavewifi.com.
Wavewifi.com. Anything else you want to mention?
Not offhand. I think we're good.
Yeah, everybody go check out the website so you get a better idea of the equipment he's got there. But pretty cool stuff. Thanks so much, Jeff.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right.